Whenever you're ready. Michael.
I really like your movement on like your like articulation and like your like embellishments like notes of music, because I know like you like tend to like slur like things all the way through and like not use articulation sometimes. So I really like enjoyed like the distinctive like staccatos and like slurs. There's really nice difference between like each of the notes and everything. And then for like the lower notes, like just like play all the way through it, like the weak finish, punch it, kill it.
Yes.
It was good. I just wanted to say that I feel like it would be like better if you were a little more prepared with like maybe some music or something. I feel like you were struggling to phone small. But if you had your music and like, I feel like you definitely would sound better. Like there's a little parts that you got messed up because you didn't see. But it was really good overall.
Do you read off your phone in lessons?
Yes. Well, I read off my laptop in lessons
Gotcha.
because I can't print things out. I don't have that ability.
Quinn?
As far as like sound goes, with like thinking back off what he said, in a lower register, especially when you're not playing with an accompanist, you really have to fill the room with your own sound. So not being timid and having the breath support right away is really important, especially when you're not playing with an accompanist, because you don't have anything to fill the silence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like the articulation, but with the accents, I would say just try and put more emphasis on the front of the note.
Yeah, I agree. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, Alana.
So 2 comments. One thing that I noticed something you're doing is you have really large movements when you're changing notes. It's something I'm working on too, so I know your struggle all too well. And then also, if you look right here, the second to the last line, you have a whole bunch of jumps in between notes, and you go from like, I believe it's a D down to a D, up to a C, down to whatever.
Yeah.
Really practice going through those notes and just take that section, even if you have to go slow from one note to the next, to really get that feel of where you're going. And then you can start, making it faster, putting it in context, and it'll really help get those notes out.
Mm-hmm. Asia?
I think you did a great job for really not being a fan. But I just felt as though you were rushing through the whole piece to get it over with. Like, that's just how I felt. I really didn't feel any type of, like, I don't know, it was just like all bunched together, and there wasn't really any type of like phrasing for me. So.
We're going to come back to that too. Any other comments? Anybody? Okay, so just a couple things. I agree. I felt like this was... How long have you been working on this? Let me ask you that first, actually.
Jeff gave me this piece last lesson, so on Thursday.
Okay, so really not very long at all.
I just got it.
So take everything I'm going to say with a grain of salt. I also felt like it was very sterile. However, my percussion students will tell you that's the way that I always approach teaching right in the very beginning, is like, let's just get this technical stuff over with. Yeah. So you'll get to where you're going to be, but there's some things that you need to focus on. So what anybody can answer this. What kind of style of music is this? Would you guess? There's no right or wrong. Well, I guess there's a wrong answer, but there's not really a right answer I'm looking for. Bless you. It's a pop, like an 80s hair ballad?
of a crazy person?
The mind of a crazy person.
Sounds like a chromatic. Keep scrolling, it gets progressively more ridiculous.
Yeah, I would say,
A little bit faster.
yeah, it's very chromatic. Mind of a crazy person. It gets progressively. So these are etudes, right? And specifically these etudes, for me, they look like they're probably from the 30s or 40s, maybe 50s. If you don't know, that's okay. Let's just take it for what it is. Let's say I'm right. And so there's like this little grain of like, what is that shit you always play on the piano? Ragtime. In this. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, phone. So when you're looking at this, you need to focus on interpreting it as such. Right now, it's just kind of like flat and like an etude. We don't want that. We want it to have some lilt to it. So can we try just the first like bar? Da-ya-dum, ba-da-ya-dum, ba-da-ya-da-da, da-ya-da-da-dum, whatever it is. Again? Yeah, can you attack each one of the slurred notes? Da-ya-dum, da-da-ya-dum, da-da-ya-da. That's going to help add to the flavor. Again? Yeah, you also need to attack the ones that are on the E's and the S's. Da-da-ya, da-ya, da-da-da-da. That's really going to add to the ragtime feel, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's already so much, I think, so much jazzier. That's great. Let's look about halfway through. See, there's a quarter note with rests after that. Yeah. Right before that, there's this big 5-beat chromatic thingy. Can you start right there? Mm-hmm. Go on. Start right there again. Yeah, good. How many people feel like that quarter note is really awkward? Yeah, it's really awkward. So this is one of the challenges is you have to, and this goes for everyone, as a musician, you have to listen to this thing as you're playing it, right? And figure out what in the world this composer was trying to intend by that weird quarter note that really seems like it has nothing to do with anything else. But that's your job. Yeah. For me, what it feels like, you have that big chromatic thing. People have taken theory like 2 and 3 and 4 with me. Chromaticism is almost always related to development and like dissolution of tonality, right? Like we're getting away from knowing where the key is. Yeah? Yeah, you'll learn about that soon enough. For me, it feels like this whole thing is dissolving until we get to that G. It's just like falling apart, right? Can you try playing that chromatic line once more like it's falling apart? And then jump back into da-ya-dum, da-da-ya-dum, ba-da-ya-dum. Convince us. Convince us that it's falling apart. Ooh. Yeah. So I think you can work on just shaping that chromatic thing a little bit more. You're experimenting as we go, and I can hear that, and you're working on it. But focus on that a little bit, because that's going to be a really big challenge for you, is figuring out how that works. The other thing, and some people brought it up, but really, really, really spend a lot of time on articulation and how these things are getting articulated, how you're approaching each one of these things, how you're approaching it consistently between the entire piece, and what they all mean, because that's a really, really important part of this, right? Especially in like this type of ragtime-ish feel. Articulation is absolutely everything. Anything else? Yeah, Michael.
Something else with this, since you're doing this a little like out of context, do you have like a bit of like a rhythmic inconsistency? It's like very slight, but something that helped me like as a saxophone player was just being able to keep my fingers like on the beat. That way, like reduce like how much like bass there is and how much you're going for. So that's something that if you work on, it's like I think that's philosophy.
Alana, that's what you were saying, right?
Yeah.
You're taking your fingers too far off the keys. Yeah. I'm actually glad you brought that up. So you have this dotted 16th, 32nd rhythm. I think, so it's 4 notes, right? 16th, 16th, dotted 16th, 32nd, and then here's the other 16th. I think you can afford to move that 32nd closer to the next 16th note. So da 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 da. Can we try that just at the very beginning? Really stylized. Da 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 da.
Just hang on to that dotted 16th.
Yep, put it as close as you can to the next beat as possible. Yeah, that's better. One more time, just the first bar. Yeah, I think that's much better. It has a lot more lilt to it, which is good. Anything else, folks? Okay, thank you so much.